Okay, Something Girls. Let's check it out. Okay, so what do we have so far? Well, pretty much just in C major here. Okay, so we start off with a C, and then to a G over B. Right, there's your bass in there. So no top note here. Right, we're just playing, and then an A sus2. Right, so you see I'm muting my E chord or E note here, or my E string rather. And then no third, definitely not an A major, 100% not. I don't think it's a minor. To me, it doesn't sound like there's a minor chord there. It sounds to me like it's a sus chord. And then we've got a G. Okay. Whether or not you play the third, it's up to you. It doesn't sound like the third is in there, so I'm gonna leave it out. So just basic. Now the whistling melody is up here, and it's in C, of course, and it starts on a C and just goes down to G because the chords are following down to G, right? The second time, so that'll throw your ear a little bit when you hear that D. Oops, sorry. You hear that D, and then you're still playing a G, and then you have that part where it goes ba-dum. So that's as far as we got. So that part there goes to an F, which you could play like that, or right, to a quick stab on a D. Right? I think what's happening on the record there is the horn is playing the D part. It doesn't really sound like the guitar is playing the D there. It sounds just like the horns are doing that. So the guitar is probably just going. That's what it sounds like. But I'm throwing that D in there in case you're trying to cop this as a solo acoustic. You know, sing it to your chick or something. Right. So let's listen to this all the way through to that part. Okay, so far then, so good. So let's listen from the part where we've got the we're going to have a little guitar lick like that in there, and then the chords change, and I want you to listen to that before we break it down. Okay, so what happens there is on that second F chord, you have it sounds like he's bending that last note a little bit, and you just got a G, F to an E flat. So that little guitar lick is F, C, F, E flat. Now the chords, as you come out of that F, the chords are C, E flat, C, F. That's the first time. C, E, flat, C, F. Second time, and then we have that little run or that walk down there, leading us back to the introductory chords and the verse. So if we listen to that, okay, I'm not going to play the I'm going to leave that part out and just show you the chords, how that works there. Okay? And then you've got that really cool lick, that walk down. If we just play it in a linear fashion, it starts in the G, way up here on the 10th fret. Okay. Whoops. G, F, E, D, back to the main chord riff. Right? So you got G, F, E, D, C, which is just a straight walk down the C major scale. Some nice vibrato on the D note there. You could also play it on the G. Like that. So that's what's happening there, okay? So that's going to take us up to the part where it says, if I had 3 wishes. Let's find that part. All right, here we go. All right, so that part is just 2 chords, F and C. You can play it straight bar, play it that way. You can play it as a right. You can play it a lot of different ways. The easiest way, probably like that. Okay. So then after that, we go to the solo. All right, here we go. All right, so what we've really got is a typical blues kind of a pattern there. But so we're really here playing off the F note, right? There's an F note right there on the 4th string at the 10th fret, right? That note is the anchor of the solo, okay? So you've got a, and you're playing it off against that C note, and then eventually a double stop there with the C and the G, okay? And then we're going to bring in. This is, I'm guessing, how he's playing it. We're going to bring in those the double stop right there with the E flat and the B flat, right? Right. So the first few times you just bend in that, and you're getting a, and then eventually he brings in the double stops. And then, all right, so we'll play it again and we'll kind of go through it. So that's the general idea, is that the F note and the double stops on the 8th fret and the double stops on the 11th fret. And then you've got 3 single notes to encounter here. The F, the G, and an E flat. And then an odd little C, sorry, a G at the end. We'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so Might be easier to learn this back. I think learning solos backwards is actually easier, as anti-intuitive or unintuitive as that might sound. But let's just listen to that one more time. All right. You hear that? So you can hear that F note, right? And then so you can hear he's throwing in those double stops there. Let's play that again. So you're going to have to get into just the single notes. And then eventually the double stop. So there's a really bizarre bend at the end of that solo where he's just sort of going like a quarter, half to a quarter step or 3/4 step bend. So this is a real feel piece here, okay? So just practice bending. That weird bend at the end. All right. So one more time, let's play that through. And there's a couple of bizarre things, that weird bend, and then he just plays a triplet. Well, it's actually a quadruplet on that note right there on G. So random. Later in the song, you'll hear him doing the same thing, just moved up a step in D towards the end of the song. Okay, you'll hear the same damn thing, just moved up to D. So nothing interesting really happens until the key change towards the end of the song, right? So if we play the song and just kind of scoot forward a bit. Okay, so you hear there's the key change, but how do we get there? Okay, how do we get to the key change, okay? Because we need to get from C to D, and the way he does it is very clever. So let me just play a little bit of it here. Okay, so the key change comes off the and then to the D. So to get to D from F is not as nice as getting to D from G. So you get the and then the key change to D, right? So instead of the C bit, we're going to go to D this time. So we get D. Okay, so what we get there, if we compare apples to apples, the first time we had a C, so the second time we have a D. Second chord in the first go is G over B, so now we get A over C sharp. That's what it sounds like, okay? He might be doing something different there, but to me it sounds like that's what it sounds like. And then we have, in the first time around, we have an A, so we move that up a whole step to B. And then the last chord in the first go around is a G, so it has to go up a step higher, and that's A. So we get D, A over C sharp, B sus2 to A sus2. Da 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 G, and then E, A, ba ba da ba. Okay, so great song. Was really looking forward to doing this one, and definitely one of my favorite songs on Friend or Foe, or of all the Adamant tunes. Sorry for the background noise. It's early evening here. The kids, all the neighborhood kids, are outside playing, and they make a lot of noise, and good for them. So we made some noise too. You go make some noise. If you have any questions, hit me up. If you want to do a lesson, not something I do very often, but I'm happy to do them if you're interested. So just shoot me an email. So thanks very much, guys. Take care.